Hi, it is Wednesday. That means it's cooking. And our theme for the week is geology. So we are going to make layers of the earth pudding cups. Pudding cups are always fun. So this is actually going to take two videos that I'm going to try to split together. What we need for this, for our supplies, is we need... It says 5.1 ounce box of instant vanilla. I didn't have one, so I'm using two. We may actually end up having extra vanilla. You need 1 box of chocolate pudding. We need 5 cups of milk. I think because I'm using the 2, I actually will need 6 cups of milk. So I've got 6 cups of milk over here. I need... Oh, I don't have it, but that's okay because I'm just gonna do parts of this on the next video and put it together, like I said. So we need red, yellow, and green food coloring. We need shredded coconut. We need mini marshmallows, and we need some Oreos, and we need clear cups. Now I have 2 different sizes, and I'm thinking that because I've got extra vanilla, I might use the bigger one. So we've got this size, and then we've got, oh, I don't have it open. We've got this size, and since we all like pudding, I think we might use the bigger cup. So the first thing we are going to do, we're going to actually do this a little different than what it says in the recipe. We are going to make our pudding in a bag, and then we are going to split it up for the colors. We're going to split it up. So we're going to make the chocolate first. Now remember that with cooking, we always wash our hands first. We always clean our area and wash our hands first, and I did do that before I started this video. So I'm going to open our box of chocolate pudding. Pour it into my Ziploc bag. Take my garbage and put it in the box. And it says 2 cups of cold milk. So we have each one of these cartons is 1 cup. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna open up one of these and pour it in there. This is actually kind of fun because this is a different way than I've ever made pudding before. Never made it in a Ziploc bag. Oops. So this is kind of fun. I think this is a way that the kids could help without really making a great big huge mess. Because, you know, I'm not a big mess fan. I'm not a fan of messes. Okay, so we're going to close up the Ziploc bag, and then we're going to squeeze it. Squish it. Squish it. Okay, so this is one of those things that this is where I'm going to just do this part, and then I will do the squishing and squeezing off camera, and then and then I'll show you what it looks like when we come back. So then we have vanilla, and we are going to make vanilla. So we're going to do this same thing with the vanilla. All right? Once we have made our pudding, once it is mixed, it really should sit for about an hour. It says it chill for 1 hour. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to make this up. I'm going to make 2 parts of the video. I'm going to mix or push them together, split them together. I can't remember what it's called. We're going to stitch. We're going to stitch them together like sewing. So that way you don't have to wait for an entire hour on the video. All right. So this is where we're going to need 4 cups. I'm going to put 4 cups of milk. And that's kind of yellowy vanilla pudding. I hope it colors correctly, because we're going to use the food coloring to color for the different layers. Remember yesterday when we did the art project, and it was the inner core was iron and nickel, and it was solid, and the outer core was iron, and it was at iron and nickel, and it was liquid. And then there was the mantle, which is iron and magnesium, and some other minerals, and it was pretty much solid. And then there's the crust, which is what we live on, and it is definitely solid, and it's made of different kinds of minerals. So there we go. Okay, so this is what we're doing with the pudding. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now. This is going to sit for an hour, and then I'll show you how to put it all together. All right, and then the extra stuff like the coconut and the marshmallows and the Oreos. All right, I hope you enjoy. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I had a little mishap with the vanilla pudding. The big bag broke, so I decided to go ahead and divide it into 3 cups. So I have 3 cups, 3 baggies of vanilla pudding. I have found that when you are trying to pour something like a liquid or pudding into a baggie, frosting, that kind of thing, if you have a cup that you can put the baggie in, that really helps a lot. So we have the 3. I had to go ahead and split them out. We are going to go ahead, we are going to put yellow in one. We've got yellow food coloring. That's going to go in one. I'm going to put a lot of yellow food coloring because number 1, it doesn't taste. Number 2, we want it to be, this pudding is already kind of yellow. So then we're going to put some orange food coloring. Oops. And then we are going to make, and I've got my chocolate. Chocolate is ready too. Then we are going to make red. All right. So I'm not going to squish that right now, because the second thing I'm going to do is we need coconut, and we want the coconut to turn green. We want the coconut to look like grass. So I'm going to put some coconut in a baggie with some green food coloring. I'm actually going to use my hands. We do not need an awful lot of coconut. Okay. There we go. That probably is more than we need, but now we're going to put some green food coloring in with the coconut. I like my colors nice and bright. So then we're gonna I'm gonna squish all this coconut up and mish it around, make it green everywhere. Okay, that looks like some nice green coconut. What do you think? There's still some dark spots, but I think that's actually kind of, I think that'll work. Yeah. Because, you know, there are clumps of grass that are greener in the middle of your yard than, you know, some others. So I think that'll work. Now I'm gonna let it go. Okay, so I think our coconut is nice and green for the grass. Now the next thing, I'm gonna clean up my mess of coconut. The next thing that it calls for is some Oreos. Now, this recipe, I think, makes 8. I think it makes 8 of this size. So we're actually going to make this size because we have bigger kids in our classroom. And we have fewer. So we are going to take some Oreos. It says 10. I'm going to use 5. You can see we've already broken into the Oreos. Who doesn't love Oreos? Who doesn't love double stuff Oreos? I think you could. I probably could have used regular Oreos, but you know, we like to snack on everything too. So we are going to crush up the Oreos, and I'm just going to use a spoon. This is where you can get some frustrations out. If you had a bad day, crush some Oreos for your pudding, layered pudding. I don't remember what it's called. I'm so frustrated. I'm not actually frustrated. All right, I think that the Oreos are pretty. There's a few big. We want the Oreos pretty finely crunched up because we want the Oreos to look like dirt. All right, Oreos are ready. So what we're gonna do, I'm going to put some paper towels down because what we're going to end up doing is we are going to cut little holes in the Ziploc bags. Actually, I'm going to squeeze the bags around here and get the food coloring mixed around. And it's usually best to do this if there's not a lot of air in there. You kind of want to let most of the air out. Oh, that's some red pudding, isn't it? Man, that is a red layer of pudding. I might have gone a little overboard on the red food coloring. Look how red that is. All right, so our red pudding is ready. Still has a couple of little spots of the red food coloring. All right, so we're going to put that there. So now we've got orange. Let's see how orangey this gets. You do want to make sure that you've got your Ziploc bag ziplocked pretty good. Because, you know, you don't want it opening and pudding going everywhere. I think it's easiest to just kind of mix this around without, I think if we go like this, and you don't want to squeeze the bag too much. Like I said, we don't want orange pudding all over. We don't want another blubber incident. We don't want Crisco everywhere. We don't want pudding everywhere. This is a nice orange color. What do you think? Nice and orange. All right. And then we are going to do yellow. Now, I don't know if this is going to change the how yellow it is, because honestly, it's pretty yellow to begin with. But it might. Oh, it is making it more yellow, though. It's more of a sunny yellow, and we love sun. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Don't you like singing when you're working like this, when you're doing a project like this? I like singing when I am doing a project like this. I like singing, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Okay, so I think our red, yellow, and orange pudding is ready. So we're going to make 2 right now, okay? So we need, how many marshmallows does it say that we want to put in the bottom? It says 6 mini marshmallows. We need more than 6 mini marshmallows. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We might need more than that. We want mini marshmallows at the bottom. I think I'm just going to put, I think we want 1 layer. Okay, there's 1 layer of mini marshmallows at the bottom of our cup. So I don't know how many there are. I could count them, but it's just a layer. There we go. There's a layer of mini marshmallows. Okay, so like I said, I've got some paper towels here because I'm going to cut a little slit, a little corner of my Ziploc bag out, and I'm going to use this like a frosting kind of, I don't remember what they're called. The little frosting bags, decorator bags, that's what they're called. So I am going to cut a little corner off, and I am going to we're going to go with yellow first. And we're going to pour some yellow pudding into our cup. because we're just making 2 of these are going to be kind of, whoever's getting these ones, they're going to get a nice helping of pudding. So like this, like I said, this is why we've got the paper towels out. So here is my yellow pudding. I actually could probably put a little bit more. Now we are going to go with orange. Okay, orange is going to go on top. Now we kind of want to make sure that we're not pouring this really hard because we want to make sure that we've got separate layers. All right. Okay. See? I am going to use a spoon to even this layer out a little bit. Actually, we kind of want, because it's the layers of the earth, maybe we want kind of different, higher in some areas and lower in some areas. All right, now we're gonna go with red. I'm gonna try to get some of these little red pieces. All right, now we are going to cut a little corner. And now it's red. This is really pretty fun. Now, like I said, because we're only making 2 of these, we can actually make these pretty big. If we're making more than 2, I think I would use the small cups. And because we've got kids that are a little bigger and they like their pudding, we can make these a little big. But obviously this is going to be a very large snack. So, you know, obviously you're going to want to probably use your discretion when it comes to how much. This is going to be a lot of pudding. So if you think that your whoever you are serving this to really only needs a small amount, use this size instead. Part of the reason I also am making the big cups is because I feel like it's easier to see. So now that we have our layers, we have the inner crust, the outer crust, and the mantle. Now we are going to make the crust. So this is what ended up happening, because I have this kind of Ziploc bag. It's got like a pleated bottom. This little part right here on the vanilla busted open. So that was unpleasant. Now we are going to do some chocolate. But I will tell you that these bags, using the Ziploc bags, is significantly easier. All right, got chocolate there. I think we've got enough pudding in our cups. I am going to use my spoon and I'm going to spread the chocolate out a little bit, because we don't want our mantle to be showing above our crust. There we go. All right. So now comes the Oreos, because this is our dirt. This is our soil. I'm just gonna use my hands, and I'm going to put a little bit of soil on top of our crust. There we go. And then we need grass. So here is our grass. All right, our layered pudding cups, our layers of the earth pudding cups are done. I hope you enjoy these. These are really, really fun to make. Takes a little bit of time, but this was really fun to make. And I like pudding. I think you guys like pudding. So I hope you enjoyed this. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow will be Science and Sensory. So we got a little surprise for you for that too. Bye.